Welcome to our podcast. You don't have a problem with English. You have a problem with your brain, not because it's weak, but because it's loyal. It keeps doing what it has always done. Thinking in your native language, translating everything, slowing you down, making you feel like English is harder than it actually is. Your brain is not designed to learn English. It's designed to survive. So every time you try to study harder, your brain quietly asks, "Why are we doing this? We're fine already." That's why you forget words. That's why you freeze when speaking. That's why you understand, but can't respond. It's not a knowledge problem. It's a programming problem. And tonight we're not going to study. We're going to reprogram. Because the fastest way to think in English is not to force it. It's to make your brain accept it, especially when you're about to sleep. Because right before sleep, your brain stops arguing. It stops resisting. It becomes suggestible, open. And that's where the real change happens. So don't try to memorize anything. Just listen. Let the words pass through you. Because the goal is not to understand everything. The goal is to feel familiar. Let's start simple. I am here. Not, I translate this. Not, I analyze this. Just, I am here. Say it in your mind, again. I am here. Good. Now notice something. You didn't translate that, did you? You felt it. That's how thinking in English begins. Not with effort, but with acceptance. Now, I am learning. Not I will learn. Not I should learn. I am learning. Because your brain believes what feels present, not what feels far away. Say it again. I am learning. Slowly, no pressure. Now let's go deeper. I don't need to be perfect. Let that sink in. Because perfection is the biggest lie in language learning. Perfection makes you silent. Mistakes make you fluent. Again, I don't need to be perfect. Good. Now your brain is starting to relax. And when it relaxes, it learns faster. Now imagine this. You're speaking English. Not perfectly, but freely. You pause sometimes. You search for words. But you keep going. And people understand you. That's it. That's the real goal. Not perfection. Connection. Now repeat this in your mind. I can express my ideas. Not perfect sentences, just ideas. I can express my ideas. Again, feel it. Because your brain doesn't need more vocabulary. It needs more permission. Permission to be imperfect. Permission to try. Permission to sound not ready. Now let's change one belief that's been holding you back. English is difficult. That's what you've been telling yourself. For years, but your brain listens. And it obeys, so we replace it. English is familiar. Not easy, not hard. Just familiar. Say it slowly. English is familiar. Again. English is familiar. Because the more familiar something feels, the less your brain resists it. Now, I think in English, even if it's not fully true yet. Say it anyway. I think in English. Again, I think in English. Because your brain doesn't wait for proof. It creates it. Now notice this shift. You're not trying to learn English anymore. You're becoming someone who uses English. That's different. Very different. Learners wait, users act. Now let's go even deeper. I trust my brain. Because right now you don't fully trust it. You check yourself. You doubt yourself. You hesitate. But your brain learns patterns faster than you realize. So say it. I trust my brain. Again. I trust my brain. Now take a breath. Slow, calm. You don't need to rush, because this is not about speed. It's about direction. Every night you listen like this. You're building something invisible. A habit, a new default. A new identity. And one day, you'll notice something strange. You'll respond in English, without thinking. Not because you forced it, but because it became natural. That's when you know your brain has changed. So tonight, don't try to remember. Don't try to study, just listen. Let the language stay with you as you fall asleep. And when you wake up, you won't feel different immediately. But something small will shift. A sentence will come faster. A word will feel easier. A moment will feel lighter. And that's how it begins. Quietly, gently, powerfully. Now close your eyes and let English become part of you.